What's going on, family? On today's video, I'll be looking to share the top reasons why I love engineering. As some of you may or may not already know, I'm a computer and electrical engineer, and I've been in the field for just over 7 years. A question that I often get asked is, Berto, what makes engineering so special? Why do you like it? So on today's video, I'll be looking to share the top reasons why I think engineering is such a great career and why I enjoy being an engineer. But before I get into the video, I just want to provide a quick introduction. My name is Roberto Polanco. If this is your first time here, then welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, then welcome back. The purpose of my channel is to talk about all things passion, purpose, and wealth building. Three of the main things that I try to do with the videos that I put out is to provide some sort of inspiration, motivation, or education. I try to make sure that the content I put out provides some sort of value. So now, with that being said, let's get into the video. So now, the question, what are the top reasons why I love engineering? The first reason why I love engineering is because of the financial security. The average salary of an engineer out of college is $70,000 to $80,000. That's not a bad income to have at 22 years old. Also, when you look at the median household income in the United States of America, it's about $70,000. That means that most engineers out of college are making more money than entire households in the US. It's pretty crazy when you think about it that way. It's also not uncommon for engineers to make six figures out of college. Depending on the industry that the engineer is looking to go into or the company that they're applying to, some companies are willing to pay six figures for new engineers, especially when they are in the growth phase and they're looking to grow their companies quickly. I personally know a few engineers who were able to get offers over $150,000 right out of college. Now that's more than double the US household income, which is a crazy stat. So now, if you follow the news, you know that as of the time of this video, November 2022, there's a lot of fears that the country may be heading into a recession. You've probably seen some of the headlines where some of the top companies in the US, such as Amazon, Meta, Twitter, Microsoft, are laying off thousands of people, and a lot of these people being engineers. So you're probably thinking to yourself, Berto, how can you talk about financial security when a lot of these companies are laying off so many people, especially engineers? Well, the truth is that there's actually a shortage of engineers in the US. So even though a lot of these larger companies are laying off engineers at a record pace, there's just as many smaller companies that cannot find enough engineers to hire to help them build their companies to the size of some of these big companies. So a lot of these engineers that are being laid off are having 5 to 10 offers being offered at them to come work at these new companies. For this very reason, most engineers are able to find jobs just as quickly as they are let go. Another reason why I love engineering is because of the ability to work on some of the coolest technologies of the future. So when you think of technologies of the future, things such as virtual reality, artificial intelligence, robotics, blockchain technology, virtual reality, engineers are involved in the design and build of all of these systems. Even when we think of technologies of the past that we often take for granted, such as electricity, cars, airplanes, the internet, the personal computer, all of these were made and created by engineers, and they still continue to be improved to make sure that they become better and better every day. It's crazy to think how different our world would have been today if a lot of these technologies of the past would have never been created. Can you imagine not having electricity? Can you imagine not having a car to get around? Can you imagine not having a plane to be able to travel long distances or just travel the world in general? Or could you imagine not having the internet or a personal computer or a phone? You probably wouldn't be watching this YouTube video. But luckily for us, all of these inventions were created. I'm definitely excited to see what new technologies are going to be created in the future. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how they make our future better or what problems that we currently have today they solve. Another reason why I love engineering is because of the variety across any of the specific industries. So as an example, I'm in the power and energy industry. I started off my career on the utility side working for an electric company. The main purpose of an electric company is simply to keep the lights on for the customers in the areas that we serve. While I worked for the electric company, I was working on projects designed to improve the reliability of our electrical system, as well as limit the amount of times that our customers were out of power. After spending the first part of my career working for an electric company, I then moved on to a development company who's focused on producing commercial scale renewable energy. If you don't know what renewable energy is, it is energy or electricity that comes from an infinite resource, such as the wind or the sun. We never run out of wind or sun. The cool thing about the projects we're trying to build is that they've never been built before in the US. When you think of a wind farm, you're typically used to seeing windmills in the middle of nowhere in North Dakota. We're basically looking to take those same wind farms and build them in the middle of the ocean to provide power to millions of homes. The cool thing about it is that it's a new industry that's never been done, so we're basically building it from the ground up. So now, going back to my original point of variety, I just mentioned two companies that I work for that are completely different, but even within my same industries, there are other types of companies that somebody can go and work for. Another example is a manufacturing company that focuses on building electrical equipment. Another option is a design firm that focuses on designing a product for a company that has some sort of vision that they want to build. You could also go into consulting, which is starting your own company and providing technical advice for companies. Or you could even work for the government and help guide them on their electrical technologies that they're looking to build and develop. The next reason why I love engineering is because of the ability to travel. So during my time as an engineer, I've been to pretty much every state on the East Coast, from Massachusetts all the way down to Florida. I've also been to a lot of Midwestern states, such as Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, and I've even been to Texas. Engineering has even allowed me to travel to other countries. So some of the countries that I've been to are Canada, Mexico, the Netherlands, Sweden, and Germany. If you like traveling, engineering allows you to travel almost as much as you want. Personally, I like traveling, but I also like being close to home. So I only like to travel a few times a year. But if you are someone who likes to be on the road all the time, there are companies that literally send their engineers to a different city or a different state every day of the week. Or if you have a specific country or specific location that you would want to live in, there's always companies looking for engineers to move to those specific countries to help them run their operations. And here's a pro tip. Always make sure that wherever you're traveling, the company you work for pays for all of your expenses. So everything from your flight to your hotel, your food, and even entertainment, just for being in a specific city or state working on their behalf. Here's another pro tip. If you're moving to another state or another country to work for a company, always remember to ask for a relocation bonus. Many times companies are willing to pay 5 and even 6 figures to help you with all of your moving expenses to move. And a lot of times they're even willing to pay for your rent that you'll be paying in the new location that you'll be. So if you're someone that's young and just wants to travel, or if you're someone that's just looking for something new, there's always opportunities out there for you to be able to move to wherever it is that you want to go. Another reason why I love engineering is because of the amount of transferable skills that you learn on the job. So a transferable skill are skills that you learn on a job that can be transferred to other different roles. Oftentimes engineers are involved in making major decisions for companies that could make or break them. Also, as an engineer, you're involved in a lot of essential functions, things such as scheduling, budgeting, managing teams, and even managing contracts. These are skills that you need to run any sort of company. Some of the top characteristics of engineers is that we're analytical, we're detail-oriented, and we're good with numbers. And as you know, numbers are important because if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. Some of these characteristics that I mentioned are some of the top reasons why you see so many engineers that are CEOs, leaders, or own their own company. These are all skills that are very important when it comes to being at some of the highest levels. These are just some of the top reasons why I love engineering, but there's a lot more. So if you've enjoyed this video today, let me know if you'd like for me to make a part 2 to share even more reasons. Also, if you want to know more about one of the technologies of the future that I mentioned earlier in my video, please feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I will do my best to cover the topic, or I will try to do an interview with someone who's an expert in that field. If you found this video valuable, please feel free to like and subscribe as I look to drop videos every week. Also, if you'd like to know a little bit more about who I am, you can watch my introduction video. Thanks for watching.